Welcome to our journey into the ancient and magical world of the Agni Purana. Imagine an endless library made of golden light where all the secrets of the universe are kept safe. This is what the Agni Purana represents. It is one of the most important ancient texts of India. It is not just a book about prayers, it is a complete guide to living a healthy, successful, and peaceful life. The story begins thousands of years ago in a deep and quiet forest. The great sage Vasista was sitting in deep meditation. He wanted to understand the secrets of life in the universe. He called upon Agni, the shining god of fire. Agni appeared before him, glowing with brilliant light. Vasista asked Agni to share the absolute truth and the knowledge of the world. Agni smiled and began to speak. He said he would share the wisdom that Lord Vishnu had given to him. This conversation became the Agni Purana. Agni began by telling the stories of how the world was saved many times. These are the stories of the 10 avatars of Lord Vishnu. First, Agni told the story of Matsya, the giant fish. Long ago, a terrible flood covered the whole earth. Lord Vishnu took the form of a huge fish with a horn on its head. He guided a large boat carrying the first humans, seeds, and animals to safety. This teaches us that even in the biggest disasters, divine help will guide us. Next came Kurma, the giant tortoise. The gods and demons were churning the deep ocean to find the nectar of immortality. They used a massive mountain as a churning rod, but the mountain began to sink. Lord Vishnu became a giant tortoise and held the mountain on his strong back. This shows us that we need a strong foundation to achieve great things. Then Agni spoke of Varaha, the brave boar. An evil demon had dragged the earth down to the bottom of the cosmic ocean. Lord Vishnu took the form of a mighty boar, fought the demon, and lifted the earth back to its place on his tusks. After that came Narasimha, the half-man and half-lion. There was a cruel king who thought he could never be killed because of a special blessing. He tortured his own son, who was a pure devotee of God. To protect the child, Lord Vishnu appeared from a stone pillar as Narasimha and defeated the arrogant king. This reminds us that true devotion is always protected. Agni continued with the story of Vamana, the small boy. A proud king named Bali took over the heavens. Lord Vishnu appeared as a tiny boy and asked for only 3 paces of land. When the king agreed, the boy grew so huge that he covered the earth and the heavens in 2 steps. With his 3rd step, he pushed the proud king down, teaching us that pride always falls. Then came Parashurama, the fierce warrior who cleared the world of corrupt and greedy rulers. After him came Lord Rama, the perfect king whose story is told in the Ramayana. He showed the world how to be a good son, a loyal husband, and a just ruler. Next was Lord Krishna, who spoke the Bhagavad Gita and taught humanity about duty, love, and the ultimate truth. Agni then mentioned Buddha, who brought the message of peace and non-violence to a chaotic world. Finally, Agni spoke of Kalki, the future avatar, who will come on a white horse to end the age of darkness and start a new era of truth. These stories set the stage for the rest of the Purana, showing that life is a constant battle between good and evil, and good always wins in the end. After telling these grand stories, the fire god shifted his teachings to something very practical. He taught sage Vashishta the science of building. This is called Vastu Shastra. Agni explained that a house is not just made of mud and stone. It is a living space that breathes energy. If you build a house in harmony with nature, the people living inside will be healthy and happy. He gave specific rules for building cities, temples, and homes. He said that the main door of a house should ideally face east to welcome the morning sun. The morning sun brings health and kills bad germs. The kitchen should be in the southeast corner because that is the direction of the fire element. The master bedroom should be in the southwest to bring stability and peace to the head of the family. Water sources, like wells, should be in the northeast, which is the direction of purity. Agni explained that following these simple rules prevents diseases and financial losses. He also detailed how to build beautiful temples. He said temples are physical bodies of God. The shape of the temple roof represents the highest mountain peaks leading to heaven. He taught the exact measurements for carving beautiful statues of gods and goddesses so that looking at them brings peace to the human mind. Then the conversation moved to the vast universe. Agni described the geography of the earth. He spoke of 7 great continents surrounded by 7 great oceans. He named tall mountains and deep rivers. But he did not stop at the earth. He looked up at the sky and explained the stars and planets. This is the science of astrology. The Agni Purana says that the universe is a giant clock, and the movements of the planets act like the hands of the clock, showing the time of our lives. The 9 planets have a deep impact on human minds and bodies. Sometimes people face very difficult times because of bad planetary positions. But the fire god was kind and provided many remedies for these tough times. The greatest remedy for any planetary problem is charity and a pure heart. Agni explained that if the sun is causing you health problems, you should wake up early, offer fresh water to the rising sun, and give wheat and copper to the poor. If the moon is making your mind restless and anxious, you should respect your mother, drink pure water, and give white things like milk or rice to those in need. If Mars is making you angry or causing accidents, you should learn to control your temper and donate red lentils. Mercury relates to intelligence and business. If it is weak, feeding green grass to cows and helping students with books is the best remedy. Jupiter brings wisdom and wealth. Respecting teachers and donating yellow cloths or turmeric brings Jupiter blessings. Venus rules love and comfort. Treating women with great respect and feeding sweets to poor children brings harmony. Saturn is the planet of hard work and justice. It punishes the lazy and rewards the honest. To please Saturn, one must be kind to poor workers, serve the elderly, and donate black sesame seeds or iron. Rahu and Ketu are shadow planets that cause sudden confusion and fears. Feeding stray dogs, giving blankets to the homeless, and meditating in silence are the perfect remedies for them. Agni made it clear that you do not need expensive rituals to fix your life. Simple acts of kindness and feeding hungry living beings change your karma and protect you from cosmic troubles. The knowledge of the Agni Purana is endless. It also contains a massive encyclopedia of health and medicine called Ayurveda. Agni taught that a healthy body is the only vehicle that can take you to spiritual success. If you are always sick, you cannot meditate or work hard. The medical remedies in the Agni Purana use simple plants and herbs that grow around us. Agni explained that our bodies are made of 3 energies. These are wind, fire, and water. When these 3 are balanced, we are healthy. When one gets too high or too low, we fall sick. The summary of these medical remedies is brilliant in its simplicity. For a healthy digestive system, which is the root of all health, the Purana recommends eating only when you are truly hungry. Fasting once a week is a great remedy to clean the stomach and give the body time to heal itself. Drinking warm water is considered medicine for many stomach issues. For a bad cold and cough, Agni suggested boiling fresh ginger, black pepper, and holy basil leaves in water. Drinking this warm herbal water clears the chest and removes toxins. For skin diseases and wounds, the text praises the neem tree. Washing the skin with water boiled with neem leaves kills all infections. Applying a paste of turmeric and sandalwood heals the skin and makes it glow. The Purana also gives remedies for mental health. It says that too much greed and anger are diseases of the mind. The remedy for anger is forgiveness. The remedy for greed is charity. Agni also shared secrets for a long life. He advised waking up 2 hours before sunrise. At this time, the air is filled with vital life force. Taking deep breaths in the early morning cleans the lungs and sharpens the brain. He also recommended taking a bath every day with clean water to remove physical dirt and negative energy from the aura. Trees play a huge role in the remedies of the Agni Purana. Agni told sage Vasishta that planting trees is one of the greatest things a human can do. Trees give shade, fruits, and pure air to everyone without discrimination. The text says that planting a banyan tree, a peepal tree, or a neem tree is equal to having 10 good children. If someone is suffering from bad luck or unknown diseases, the simple remedy is to plant trees and water them every day. As the tree grows, the bad karma of the person is destroyed. This shows how much the ancient Indians loved and respected nature. They knew that human survival depends entirely on the survival of the forests. The Agni Purana also explores the fascinating world of gemstones. It explains that the earth creates beautiful glowing stones deep underground. These stones trap the light of the stars and planets. Wearing these stones can help balance a person's energy, but the text gives a very clear warning. Agni said that gems only work if the person wearing them has a pure character. A ruby gives power and leadership, but only to someone who is honest. A pearl gives mental peace, but only to someone who speaks softly. An emerald improves memory, but only if the person studies hard. A diamond brings luxury, but only to someone who shares their wealth. A blue sapphire brings great success, but only to someone who is humble and hardworking. The ultimate remedy, Agni said, is not the stone you wear on your finger, but the goodness you carry in your heart. Truth is the brightest diamond. Kindness is the most beautiful pearl. As the storytelling continued, the fire god shared wisdom on how a society should be run. He taught the rules of politics and leadership. He said a good king or leader must be like a father to the citizens. A leader must protect the weak, punish the wicked, and ensure that justice is equal for everyone. The text details how to build forts and how to manage an army. It even talks about ancient martial arts. It describes how warriors should train with swords, bows, and chariots. But despite teaching war strategies, the Agni Purana strongly advises that war should always be the absolute last option. Peace and negotiation are always better than shedding blood. A true victory is winning the heart of the enemy through diplomacy. The Purana does not only talk about serious things like war and medicine, it is also full of joy and art. Agni devoted several chapters to the beauty of language. He taught the rules of grammar, poetry, and drama. He said that words have power. When you speak beautiful and kind words, you create positive energy around you. Poetry and music are remedies for a sad soul. Listening to good music and reading inspiring literature lifts the spirit and brings humans closer to the divine joy. Now we come to the most profound part of the Agni Purana. This is the section on spiritual remedies. Life on earth is full of pain, loss, and confusion. No matter how much money or power someone has, they will face sadness. Agni provided the ultimate remedies for the pain of human existence. The first spiritual remedy is chanting mantras. Mantras are special sound vibrations. The most powerful of all is the Gayatri mantra. Agni said that chanting this mantra every morning clears the mind of all dark thoughts. It brings the light of the sun directly into the soul. Another great remedy is the practice of pilgrimage. Traveling to holy rivers and mountains reminds people that life is a journey. It teaches humility. But Agni made a very important point. He said that washing your body in a holy river is useless if your mind is full of jealousy and hatred. The true holy river is inside you. It is the river of truth and compassion. Bathing in this inner river is the real remedy for all sins. The fire god then explained the path of yoga. Yoga means union. It is the method of joining the individual soul with the supreme universe. Agni taught the 8 steps of yoga. First, you must follow basic moral rules like nonviolence, truthfulness, and not stealing. Second, you must keep your body and mind clean and be satisfied with what you have. Third, you must practice physical postures to keep the body strong and still. Fourth, you must control your breathing to calm your nervous system. Fifth, you must pull your senses away from loud noises and bright distractions. Sixth, you must focus your mind on one single point. Seventh, you must meditate deeply on the divine light. And finally, the eighth step is reaching a state of pure bliss where you forget your ego and become one with God. This spiritual journey is the ultimate remedy. It cures the biggest disease of all, which is the endless cycle of birth and death. As we look back at the teachings of the Agni Purana, we can see a beautiful summary of how to live. It is like a manual for the human machine. The remedies it offers are not magic tricks. They are based on common sense, discipline, and a deep understanding of nature. If you want to solve your life problems, the Agni Purana tells you exactly what to do. Wake up early and greet the sun. Keep your house clean and respect the directions of nature. Eat simple, plant-based food and use herbs like ginger and turmeric to stay healthy. Plant trees and feed animals to create good karma. Respect the planets, but know that your good actions are stronger than bad astrology. Be honest in your work and kind to the poor. Read good books and appreciate art. And finally, spend a few minutes every day in silence, meditating on the supreme light that lives inside your heart. The conversation between the great sage Vasishta and the radiant fire god Agni ended with peace and blessings. Vasishta bowed to the fire god, his mind now completely illuminated with the knowledge of the universe. The Agni Purana reminds us that we are not separate from the world around us. The fire in our stomach that digests our food is the same fire that burns in the sun. The water in our blood is the same water that flows in the rivers. When we live in harmony with the earth, the sky, the plants, and the animals, our lives become beautiful stories of joy and success. Thank you for taking this long and wonderful journey through the ancient wisdom of the Agni Purana. We hope these ancient stories and remedies help you find peace, health, and happiness in your modern life. Always remember that the greatest power to change your life lies within your own heart and your own actions.